This interview is brought to you by WOW Radio, indie media for the indie spirit. www.wowuradio.net. That's WOW, the letter U, radio.net.
Hey, you guys, it's your girl, Carib Jim, right here on Indie News Live, and I'm bringing you some great coverage via the I'm Awareness campaign. We have two of our major players. One is a newer affiliate for us, to us. We have Miss Elodie Alcindor from Blue Royalty, and we have also Deborah J. from WR4f. How are you ladies doing this evening?
Doing well. Good.
Good. I hope you guys are feeling good. I know we've been getting a lot of snow this time of the year, and that actually goes into a lot of what you guys are doing with the charity work, helping people in need, helping families in need. Before we get into that, I would love, Elodie, for you to introduce Blue Royalty to our listeners.
Okay, my name is Elodie Alcindor. I am the CEO and founder of Blue Royalty Productions, and basically it's just an organization of local artists who work together to bridge generational, relationship, and spiritual gaps. And the way we do that is via stage plays. We're working on a sitcom for television, radio, as well as community service.
Wow, you guys have a lot going on. Now, when were you guys founded? When did Blue Royalty come about?
Well, Blue Royalty came about in the summer of 2012. That was when I started working on my first stage play. And we got about 7 to 8 local artists who were actually involved with WR4f. And they were the stars of my first stage play entitled When Change Comes. And basically our mission is to reach out to the broken, help them heal, and empower them to use their brokenness to help heal others. So we started off with the stage play with just about 3 people on my core team, and we've expanded to 7 people on our core team, and our new play has about 15 to 20 people in the cast. So we've been working really hard, just trying to use inspirational stage plays to keep the people encouraged and empowered.
Okay. And with Blue Royalty doing all of this empowerment and charity work in the community, what are some of the other community organizations? Of course, we have WR4f, but what are some of the other community organizations that you've become affiliated with along the way?
Tribes for Liga, which was founded by This Is Image, who's a local artist. He's actually an engineer who visits different boys and girls clubs, and he uses music as a way to teach science to the kids, which I think is really dope. It's really easy for them to remember a lot of the material. I'm also with Love Life Media, which was founded by Tamia Gaines. It's a public relations company, a public relations firm, and basically they just help a lot of the local artists and a lot of budding entrepreneurs help with like branding and marketing and getting their logos together and things like that. Eclectically Unique, which was founded by my best friend. She does custom jewelry, and she does a lot of community work as well. So just a lot of different organizations that we're getting in touch with. Elite Boutique, which is located in Bowie, Maryland. They just take a lot of local artists, like paintings and custom jewelry, and they display them to the community. So just a lot of different organizations doing the same work, just in a different kind of way.
Awesome. That is a good example of unity among community leaders and community organizations. I really love to hear that. So basically in the last 2 years, you guys have been really moving and shaking in leaps and bounds from what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, we've been working really hard. I mean, just a lot of prayer and a lot of focus, a lot of sacrifice, and a lot of planning. And my team has expanded, and my team they're very clear about what my vision is, and they're very clear on what their position in my vision is. And everyone just does a good job at executing their job and just focusing on changing the community and changing unity and making it cool to give back. And that's really, what our focus is. So it's been working.
Do you guys work with a lot of youth in the community?
That's our goal. We actually have 4 students from Friendly High School who are on my team as interns. They're directors, interns, stage managers, costume, as well as directors, interns. So we're trying to get a lot of high school kids involved and just teaching them that art is cool and that you're not an outcast because you don't play a sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, the arts is really what keeps the world going. So just encouraging them to pursue their passions and just being leaders to them and showing them how they can use their their art to affect their community and how they can use their art to affect their community and not just use it to progress themselves, actually have a purpose for what they're doing.
Okay, that is so awesome. So, okay, I'm going to move to Deborah J. How you doing this evening of Will Rap for Food? Give us a summary of Will Rap for Food for those who are not aware of what you guys do, but I know that the listeners have to be because Will Rap for Food is the official sponsor of A Basket to Cheer, brought to you by WR Radio. So I know you guys have to know who Will Rap for Food is. But, Deborah, please give those who don't know a good summary.
Okay, well, Will Rap for Food was founded by a local rapper, Proverb, and he and a couple of others got together, and they were just talking about ways to, make the community better. There weren't any specifics, but they finally came down to something that impacts nearly everyone, and that's hunger. So from there, the idea came from Proverb to unite artists, and basically we're uniting artists to combat hunger, but not just like physical hunger, but hunger in all aspects of the word. So spiritual hunger and mental hunger, emotional hunger, we want to address all of those things. We started primarily focusing on, physical hunger and people without food, and then we expanded it by, joining with organizations like the Michael Walton Foundation, going to the schools, reaching out to the students, and doing workshops there. Every few months we'll go and, talk to the students so that we can impact them in other ways and, address other aspects of hunger.
Yes, yes. And I'm just so happy to be a part of the Will Rap for Food family. We definitely support you guys because you support us so much. And tell us currently how many members are there of Will Rap for Food?
Oh, my goodness. I couldn't tell you that, really. I know that we've definitely multiplied quickly. Our numbers have
So is it safe to say that it's over 100 people?
Oh,
200?
Yes,
over 300?
I think we're roughly around 350 to 400 members.
Awesome.
And steadily growing. We have people emailing regularly, weekly, asking about how they can join and volunteer. So it's a steady growth that we have going on.
And when was Will Rap for Food founded?
In 2012.
Okay, so Blue Royalty and Will Rap for Food was actually founded around the same time. So awesome. Connections, people, connections. Well, the reason why we are here today is recently you guys had an event. It was called Breaking Bread. This is the first official event with Blue Royalty and Will Rap for Food collaborating together. And basically, you guys were getting together to help people in need, families in need, by creating lunches. If I'm not correct, actually, Elodie, please tell us a little bit more about the Breaking Bread event.
Well, basically, the Breaking Bread event was somewhat of a food drive, I guess you would say, but with the kind of like a twist to it. Basically, what we did was prepare lunch packages for the homeless in general. So it included either a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a lunch meat and cheese sandwich with a bottled water or a juice and a snack. And those snacks varied from fruits to chips to granola bars, Twinkies. We had all kinds of donations. And basically it was just kind of bringing people together for a common cause, which is affecting hunger.
Awesome. And I do remember that this was held at Catwalk Studios, and I believe that is in Laurel, correct? Laurel, Maryland?
Yes, it was held at Catwalk Studios in Laurel, Maryland. Yeah, they had an auditorium where they had tables and everything set up for us. So all of our volunteers could come bring their donations, as well as we had two live DJs, Fusebox as well as DJ Fusion as well as DJ Maga from Howard University. And they provided music and entertainment for us while we prepared lunch packages in that auditorium in Laurel.
And that is so awesome. Definitely familiar with DJ Fusion. She's actually a radio show host on WR Radio. So that is so awesome that there's so many connections. It's like, 6 degrees of separation? I always tend to see that when I get into interviews, and you just see how people connect and companies connect, and it just shows you how small the world really can be.
It was
again, the Breaking Bread event, it was actually held the morning after Valentine's Day, and it was snowing, correct?
Yes, it was.
So with all the snow that was going on that week and everything, it seems that the snow did not stop the amount of volunteers that came out, because I heard that you had an outstanding amount of volunteers.
Yes, and not only volunteers but donations. It was amazing compared to the first time we got together in late November and did a similar event prior to it being named Breaking Bread. We had 10 volunteers and a few donations at that point. And this time we just, I think it was 9 times the amount of food and maybe 5 times the amount of volunteers. It was like incredible.
You guys actually donated. You guys donated some bread and lunch meat and peanut butter and jelly and water. So that was really
we did.
That was definitely.
We went on to, you guys also had an online fundraiser going on, and we did go online and we donated to that. Now, is that online fundraiser campaign something that's going to be continuous from this point on, or is just going to be available as the event starts?
Well, I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but we're definitely going to be reusing that same platform.
Yeah, because we raised like $200 in like 2 days. Was it 2 days, Deb? I think it was like 2 days, 1 or 2 days. So that was definitely a really helpful tool for us. That was definitely great. But we made about 900 plus sandwiches. That was just from donations. That was from donations alone. So, and when I brought it down to Martha's Table, they said that will feed people for at least 2 to 3 days. So it definitely felt really good to be able to make that much of an impact. I don't think any of us, not me or Deborah, I don't think any of us were really anticipating that big of an outpour, but it was definitely a blessing, and it just was a testament to God's grace for really.
Yes, because it's funny when you have a passion to do something and you're just doing it because you want to help and you want to give back. It's like that is when everybody comes in and supports, even when it seems like even at the last minute, it might not be that many people, or I know the snow was a big thing. People were concerned about, were the volunteers going to be to make it and stuff like that. And you guys, it still was an outstanding event. So I definitely applaud you and salute you for that. That is so awesome. But this event was actually the second collaboration between WR4f and Blue Royalty, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And do you guys have any upcoming events, more collabos in store for us in 2014?
We definitely do have some stuff coming up. We're going to do another Breaking Bread in a couple months, and then Elodie can tell you a little bit about some out of state ventures.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm originally from Miami, Florida, and so just seeing the outpour of support and how great it was to see so many different volunteers, so many different age groups and races come together for one common cause. It kind of inspired me to reach out to the organizations and the churches that I know in Miami and kind of start to put together a Breaking Bread event there. We just kind of want to branch off. I think both organizations, WR4f and Blue Royalty, have like a vision for just global impact. And so, I'm just trying to find different ways for us to do that. So that'll probably be this summer. And I think we're all just going to look for different opportunities to affect the community. I also have to give a shout out to Howard University, because even in the snow, they drove all the way from D.C. to Laurel to volunteer with us. And it was about 10 to 15 of them. So that was
awesome.
Really, yeah.
I love it. I just love all the different types of support coming from all of the different places. You guys listening right now, this is about unity, support, empowerment, our community, the youth. We have to come together like this. Even if you can't necessarily get with Blue Royalty or with WR4f, which I wouldn't see why not or how you couldn't, but if you couldn't, there are plenty of organizations in your community, whether you're in the DMV, which is D.C., Maryland, or Virginia, where we're located, or whether you're international, you're in the Midwest or the West Coast, North, South, East, it doesn't matter. Wherever you are, there are definitely other organizations in your community like this, and you guys should definitely reach out It's all about giving back, community service, because none of us ever know when we're going to be in a situation where we need any type of help, whether it's lunches, dinners, food baskets. As WR4Food said, to do other things other than physically providing food, mental empowerment, spiritual empowerment, and things like that. So I want everybody to, while you're listening to this interview, definitely think about that. Get up tomorrow, find an organization, and donate. Donate your time. You can make a monetary donation, or you can make an in-kind donation. There's always ways to donate, please. So the next questions I want to ask you guys are, how can people get involved with what you're doing? How can they contact you? Are you guys on any social media? What are the websites, email addresses, all contact info?
Go ahead, Deb. Go ahead. For WR4Food, you can just log on to WR4Food.org, and then you can click on volunteer and just put in your email information.
Okay,
yes,
what about Blue Royalty?
For us, you can log on to www.bleuroyalty.com. So it's blue spelled in French. We also have a contact page. You can follow us on all social media at Blue Royalty, BLEU Royalty. You can email us at volunteerbr@blueroyalty.com. There are a lot of different ways to get in contact with both organizations. We're pretty much well connected, so if you reach one of us, you'll be able to get in contact with both about breaking bread. So
awesome. And I want to let you guys know, I visited these sites. They're very, very easy to navigate. If you go to WR4Food.org, they're like three to four menu buttons. They have about, contact, follow, and like. Very, very simple. So you won't get lost and with all the stuff going on. I know how some of the websites are very interactive, but these are simple to the point. You go to Blue Royalty, it's the same thing. They have the home, they have Meet the Cast, Community Expo, Guest Book, and Contact Us. So definitely check out these websites, WR4Food.org and BlueRoyalty.com, of course. They'll be posted via the WOW Radio website. And if you check us out on Twitter at WOW Radio, you will see us tweeting Blue Royalty. And I believe Blue Royalty is at Blue, BLEU, Royalty. And then Will Rap for Food is Will Rap for, the number 4, Food, Inc. on Twitter. Am I correct, ladies?
Yes, well, Blue Royalty is at Blue Royalty 7 for Twitter, but everything else is Blue Royalty, yes.
Okay, so you guys don't forget the 7 on their Twitter, Blue Royalty with the number 7. And also, I definitely want to bring attention to an article that Ms. Deborah J. wrote, and she's actually the media director for Will Rap for Food. If you go to lovemusicmore.wordpress.com, you will find an article that she did, and it's called Breaking Bread Volunteers Exceed Expectations. So please check that out. That was posted, I believe, that weekend that Breaking Bread, the Breaking Bread event went on. I want to thank you, ladies, so much for joining me. But right before we end, I just want to ask you guys, do you have any words of wisdom for those out there in need, feeling like there's not a lot of help, or feeling like they may not have organizations like you guys around? What words of wisdom or words of advice or words of comfort do you have for them?
I would say definitely don't let your present situation stop you from thinking optimistically about tomorrow, because where you are right now, even if you feel like you're at rock bottom, there's really nowhere to go but up, and all it takes is you to will yourself mentally to think positively and to constantly reaffirm yourself, affirmations, positive affirmations to get you where you want to be. And if people aren't reaching out to you presently, then go and find what you need to get where you want to be. Don't wait. Just get up and go look.
All right.
There are a lot of people that want to help.
You said what? I'm sorry, Deborah. Did you have more? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that because there are a lot of people out there who want to help.
Definitely.
So if they're not looking for you, like if they're not finding you, you can go look for what you need. Go find what you need, because there are services, and people willing to help out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Deborah J. What about you, Elodie?
I would say that a lot of people kind of have the misinterpretation or the misperception that they have to have this large amount of money or this large amount of resources to give back to their community, and it's really not about that. A lot of people were able to donate, but they did come out and help us prepare lunch packages, and a lot of people were able to donate who weren't able to stay and make lunch packages. So you can give back in so many different ways, and like Deborah said, if they're not reaching out to you, you can always reach out to them. There's so many different organizations that are popping up now that are making giving back cool and are making it urban and are just opening doors for people our age and younger to give in a way that's relevant. So, and it definitely has a snowball effect. Once you start giving back to one organization, there are just so many different organizations that are there, and the doors become open. So, and you're able to network with so many different people as well. So definitely get out there. Don't be discouraged about wherever you are. There's a healing power in giving to other people. There really is. And I know so many volunteers were saying how good they felt to know that they helped make 900 sandwiches. It's so small, but it's so big at the same time. So definitely seek out organizations in your community that are helping and try to get involved as much as you can. It's cool to give back.
Yes, it is cool to give back. I think that should be somebody's slogan. It's cool to give back.
I'm going to trademark
to let everybody know that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies, thanks for joining me. Again, you guys, this is Indie News Live via the I'm Awareness campaign. We just had a recap with Deborah J. of WR4f. She's the media director and one of the founders of Blue Royalty, Miss Elodie Alcindor.
Yeah.
And we want to thank you guys for joining us. Again, this is your girl, Carib Gem, WOW Radio, Indie Media for the Indie Spirit. What are you awareness for? I'll check you guys next time. Peace.
This has been another WOW Radio interview. Please contact info@wowuradio.net with any inquiries.